You are being hijacked. It happens in less than a second. A comment, a text message, a look, and suddenly your logic center shuts down. You aren't passionate. You are chemically compromised. The cortisol floods your system. You say something you can take back, and 10 minutes later, you are drowning in regret. You feel like a victim of your own moods. But you aren't a victim. You are just operating on a broken software. If you don't learn to override this override, you will destroy your career and your relationships before you even realize what happened. Modern psychology tells you to vent. It tells you to process your feelings. This is dangerous advice. Venting doesn't release anger. It rehearses it. It strengthens the neural pathways of rage, making you more volatile the next time. We need a different operating system. We don't need suppression, and we don't need expression. We need transcendence. We are going to dismantle the biology of the amygdala hijack. I am going to show you the specific protocol used by ancient warriors to remain ice cold in the heat of battle. We will cover the ladder of fall, the exact sequence of how you lose control, and the turtle technique, a psychological protocol to retract your energy instantly. By the end of this video, you won't just manage your anger. You will weaponize your composure. Let's look at the mechanism of your failure. The Bhagavad Gita outlines a very specific psychological chain reaction in chapter 2, verse 62 and 63. It's called the ladder of destruction. It starts with Dhyato Vishaya, contemplating the object of the senses. You see something you want or something that threatens you. An email from a boss, a rude driver. The moment you fixate on that external trigger, attachment forms. From attachment comes desire, when that desire is obstructed, when the driver cuts you off or the boss rejects your work, desire mutates instantly into anger, krodha. This is where modern advice fails you. We try to stop the anger once it's already burning. That is too late. Once the chemicals are released, you are fighting physiology. Krishna warns that from anger comes samoha, total delusion. Your memory fails. You forget who you are. You forget your long-term goals. You scream at your spouse, forgetting that you love them. You quit your job, forgetting you have a mortgage. Intelligence is lost. Destruction follows. The modern world profits from your reaction. The algorithm is designed to trigger this specific ladder. If you are reactive, you are a slave. A high-performance individual cannot afford to be a puppet of external circumstances. If your peace can be shattered by a notification, you have no power. So, how do we break the ladder? We don't fight the anger. We don't suppress it. We use the protocol of the Sthitaprajna, the self-mastered soul. In chapter 2, verse 58, Krishna gives Arjuna a masterclass in emotional regulation using a single powerful metaphor. Yada samharet kayam kumo ganganiva savasa. One who is able to withdraw the senses from their objects, just as a tortoise withdraws its limbs into its shell, is firmly fixed in perfect consciousness. This is the turtle technique. Think about the tortoise. When it senses danger, it does not fight. It does not run. It does not bark. It retracts. It pulls its limbs, its interface with the world, inside a hardened shell. This is not cowardice. This is the ultimate tactical defense. The tortoise makes itself invulnerable until the threat passes. In human psychology, this is sensory deprivation. When you are triggered, your senses are looking for more data to justify the anger. You want to stare at the person who insulted you. You want to read the rude text again. You want to yell. You are feeding the fire. The Sthitaprajna does the opposite. You initiate a tactical withdrawal. You cut the data stream. This works because of the refractory period. Neurobiologists tell us that the chemical surge of an emotion only lasts about 90 seconds. If you can stop feeding the emotion for 90 seconds, the physiological flush dies. The anger evaporates. But most of us never get there because we keep re-stimulating the trigger. The turtle technique is simply the discipline to survive those 90 seconds by cutting the input. It is the art of doing absolutely nothing when every fiber of your being wants to do something. This is the difference between a warrior and a warrior. The warrior commands his biology. The warrior is enslaved by it. If you are ready to stop being a slave to your moods and take back the steering wheel of your mind, comment the word warrior below. Let me know who is really with me in this trench. Now, let's move from philosophy to sadhana, the practice. How do you actually withdraw your limbs in a boardroom or a chaotic household? You can't physically hide in a shell, but you can simulate it. Here is the Kurma Protocol, the Turtle Protocol. It has 3 steps. Step 1. The physical seal. The moment you feel the heat rise in your chest, that is your signal. Immediately seal the exits. Close your mouth. Physically press your tongue to the roof of your mouth. This prevents the verbal vomit. The Gita says speech is the most dangerous expenditure of energy. Lock it down. Step 2. The sensory retraction. If you are looking at the source of your anger, a person, a screen, break visual contact. Look down or close your eyes. In the Gita, the eyes are the primary gateway for karma and krodha. By cutting the visual feed, you starve the amygdala of new data. You are withdrawing the limb. Step 3. The witness stance, Sakshi Bhav. Now that you have sealed the input and output, turn your gaze inward. Watch the sensation of anger. Don't say, "I am angry." Say, "There is anger in the body." Feel the heat. Feel the heart rate. Observe it like a scientist observing a chemical reaction in a beaker. You are the watcher, not the burning chemical. Hold this stance for 90 seconds. Count them. You will feel the wave peak, crash, and then dissolve. Once the storm passes, you can extend your limbs again. Now, you can respond with logic, strategy, and dignity, rather than reacting like a wounded animal. The Sthitaprajna is not an emotionless robot. He is a master of energy conservation. By using the turtle technique, you stop leaking power into situations that don't deserve it. You preserve your dignity. You preserve your relationships. And most importantly, you preserve the mental energy required for your actual mission. But once you have saved this energy, what do you do with it? You have stopped the leak, but now you need to direct the flow. You need to turn that calmness into a laser beam of productivity. I have broken down the Gita's method for deep, unwavering concentration in the next video. It answers the question, how do we enhance focus to the level of Arjuna? Click here to watch the Deep Work Protocol next. Shanti.